Peace, cooler. Think fast. If you're going through something right now very strongly, like if it feel like your life, like you seeing all this, business about the paradigm shift and things is getting better. The energies are supporting us. You know, you hearing all this and you like energy supporting. Like, man, my fucking life in shams, man. I just lost my job. uh my child or my parent just transitioned, or somebody that I love just transitioned. Like all this shit going on, they talking about some support. So let's get into it. you know Realize that if you feeling like that aspect of looking at it like, oh man, I'm going through this, I'm going through that, then you forgetting that you are source on the human experience, and that you have a higher purpose that's not lined up with the stuff we were taught. The stuff that we absorb from parents and all this other stuff is about being true to our inner soul purpose. So the reason why things may seem like it's going in disarray and like just everything is like, oh, going, that's because the universe is trying to like slap you up to make you realize that you're going in a direction that's taking you further away from your soul purpose. So it's like, all right, I gotta really show you, like again, the universe loving you. And I think about the analogy like somebody may be like one of the best healers on this planet, but this best healer, one of the best, happens to be a great basketball player and want to go into the NBA, you know first round draft pick, you know and then in the first game, get injured. And matter of fact, and as this player get injured, what I'm saying, again, as the universe trying to like show him like, I know in your mind, and from your daddy was a basketball player, or shoot hoops, and and that's the mind frame, you end up developing through, externally, but you always knew inside you like you were good at talking to people and helping them with their problems, like even with basketball, say for instance, like you got a magical touch with your hands, but more so in the healing aspect. But again, it's like you trying to be that basketball player, so Source gonna find some way to take you away from that, and put it like this: it may not necessarily be an injury. Let's just say the severity depends on the level of resistance towards your true purpose. So depending on how much that basketball player, really trying to neglect the healer within, then that's gonna reflect the severity of that injury, or how much shit they gonna go through. What I'm saying? Like how again, like people going through shit. It depends on how far off of alignment you are from your soul purpose, and more so too, like it subconsciously in the mind frame. Matter of fact, almost like to a certain extent, like Doctor Strange. If you never watched that movie, with him breaking his hands, but showing though his real purpose in that sense wasn't being a surgeon, but was being Doctor Strange. You know what I'm saying? Like, and looking back, I'm pretty sure it's like, yeah, I think I'd take being Doctor Strange over being a surgeon, any day. But again, like, as that basketball, player trying to, or that healer trying to be a basketball player, so it's gonna throw something off, whether it be, and again, it could be just a little hairline fracture on the finger that just gives you enough of time to realize, you know what, man, maybe I should quit basketball and do this. Or if you just like, oh no, man, I gotta be the greatest, this and that, and you just really lost in the sauce and don't really, like kind of becoming more and more disconnected from the fact that you are a true healer, then Source might cause you to break a leg, on some level, them hideous breaks where the leg go one way, and it's like, oh, the leg not supposed to do that. One of them type of injuries, you know what I'm saying, to really get you to sit down and fucking realize, like, I've been trying to tell you that you are a healer and you're trying to go way off the meter, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, again, if you're experiencing a lot of turmoil and stressful situations, Sit down and ask yourself, what do I truly love? Like, what my inner soul, not what. And again, you got to be a psychiatrist to yourself. Like, all right, I got to go back to my child, like the first time I can remember seeing somebody with my eyes and listening to them. I got to go back and see what was being fed to me, like what my parents or guardians or whoever my environment, was what information was being pushed on me from my environment that I truly didn't really align with. You know what I'm saying? You gotta go back and see, and again, like find like what do I really love? Like what do I truly love? What am I good at without trying? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm great at this without even trying, and it's something that could be in the service of others. In most cases, it's gonna be something that you know you're able to help others with. Like without trying, I'm good at speaking and articulating information, you know what I'm saying? So I realized, like, all right, and I look back in life, I always bring that up, like, well, again, my egoic mind as a little kid, like, oh man, I don't want to be master of ceremonies and, talk on the microphone and be the only person standing on stage. And the master of ceremonies had to really kind of was all throughout the program because everybody had their little segments. But the master of ceremonies was like, all right, and the next up, this and that, and next up, and again that Papa Legba energy pointing to that, like introducing this energy, Oshun to the stage or Obatala to the stage. And again, these is energies, not nothing you should be worshiping. Because now it's the time to be tight on that. Like these energies exist within you, and matter of fact, it on the subconscious level, if you don't know, or if it's difficult for you to try to recognize these energies as something inside you, then it may be more beneficial for you to not even deal with it. Honestly, to be and now is the time to not even be playing around on some giving your energy to something external. If you don't realize that them energies, or you're not able to, work on your subconscious to allow yourself to realize that this is you. You are God on a human experience, a reincarnated being, shit. Because again, you in a past life, you may have been the person who said, "Oh, we're gonna call this Oshun, or we're gonna call this Toth, or we're gonna call this Jehudi." Shit. You may have been the soul to so for sure to know that this is inside of you, you know what I'm saying? And not external. But again, looking at my purse, he almost fell off. But like, being a master of ceremonies, again, in my egoic mind, I'm like, oh man, I don't want to stand on stage and talk in front of people and this and that. But the universe was trying to show me, high self was trying to show me, like, this is what you be like. You see how much and think about it, especially too. So that's another good thing to look at what you may be great into and to realize that it's your egoic mind trying to throw you off of something that you're great at on another scale. But it's like, here it is, like, as much as I'm like, oh, I don't like this and that, but I was good at it though, you know what I'm saying? Regardless of how much I dislike doing it. And that makes it even more so. It's like, because here it is, I'm being great at something I don't, I'm thinking, I don't like doing this, I don't want to do this, but I'm excelling at it, you know what I'm saying? So realizing, the universe pointing me to that aspect. But again, we may develop these mind frames due to, external situation, external energies of what we was taught as a little kid, as a child, as a youth growing up, all that molding and all that comes from external. We got like, all right, go within and like realize, like, all right, nah, that was my brother that was trying to coach me to be like this, and that was my school teacher or the school or my environment was telling me I'm a dope dealer and I'm a drug, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not really that, let me go within. What do I truly love, and what am I great at without even trying? Like, well, people looking at me like, damn, you good at that, man, you great, like, bro, nobody could do that like you. And like, that shit, like, that's easy, bro. All I did was just connect the motherboard with the such and such and the dielectric thingamajig, you know what I'm saying? It just comes natural to you. And it's like, again, that may be pointing to your soul purpose. Again, especially doing what you love. Like, it's about doing what you love. So whatever it is, you're gonna love doing it. You know what I'm saying? Because again, what we stepping into is a place of doing what we love, and not being in these, 9 to 5 just for the sake of the bread. Because again, it is about sustaining yourself, uh, making sure you got some form of current, flowing in order to take care of your current, sustain your current through current. You know what I'm saying? But, not at the expense of you just kind of wasting away your energy, because again, as you're not, stepping into being in alignment with your soul, then your soul is going to dwindle because you're being governed more by, you know, the your job or whatever certain situation that you kind of allowing yourself to just, comply to, that may not be beneficial to your soul and beneficial to you lining up with your soul purpose. So, but again, so if you're going through the stuff, you're going through the shits, it's just the universe trying to point you in the direction of, again, you make that leave the house and you turn, like, the universe wanted you to make a right at this street and go somewhere where you was gonna line up with some things that's gonna bring you even more into, a synchronistic situation that was gonna allow for you to meet the people you should meet and all, or go to buy the supplies you should buy, to start off with your sole purpose. But then you took a left, so the universe from there is like, all right, what can I do to make this person turn around? And again, back to the analogy of the severity depends on the level of resistance towards the purpose. So when you make that wrong turn, it depends on how, lost in the egoic mind sauce that you are, you know what I'm saying? Because if you strongly, like, oh no, I'm forcefully going this way, when in, again, depending on how strong you connected with your intuition and how much clarity you got with that voice, you heard the voice say turn right, but you just in that egoic mind, well, no, I think, the way it go or this and that, I should turn left. So from there, it's like, all right, depending on how strongly lost you are in that vibration, then that's the level of severity of what source got to do to turn you around. You know what I'm saying? Because here it is again, you bring yourself way out of alignment by taking that left. So it's like, all right, so it's like flat tire, like, fuck, man. And again, you're not, and that's where again the discord and all that come from, is you not realizing you are a source on a human experience, and that we gonna go through these little things in order for us to become our greatest version and realize what we really want. But if you're not understanding that, when you get the flat tire, you like, man, what the fuck, and you get negative, and then you basically cursing out the God within yourself, and like, and gonna and create more and more negativity from that point, until you realize, like, oh shit, I'm God on a human experience. And if everything was just all perfect and peachy, shit, we wouldn't even be learning, like, it wouldn't even be no experience. If we all had the knowledge of source, we'd all be walking, talking, acting, and basically it'd be the same reflection, but just in multiple bodies doing the same exact thing, which wouldn't be creating no new experiences, because we all the same exact thing. You know what I'm saying? But you start to realize, so all right, yeah, I'm sourcing a human experience, and we have all this, contrast, in order to create an experience. You know what I'm saying? So, source, like, I'm grateful that I got that flat tire, and realized that it was trying to show me to go back to my soul. You know what I'm saying? Like, but if you don't understand that, then you just cursing and shit, not getting what's really going on, but just want to, So again, if you're experiencing a lot of turmoil in an area, ask higher self, like, all right, what are you trying to show me, and what direction should I be going in? Talk. Matter of fact, as much as people, the Bible thumping, the Bible does have some truth. I said, first was the word, and the word is God. Talk to yourself. What are you them words? No words of magic, words putting a spell. Like, that's why they say spelling. Spelling words, spell. Like, use them words. Talk to inner source. Ask, and thy shall receive. All these little things in the Bible that people don't. More so they pay attention to the stuff that indoctrinate them more into being a slave and more so into being uh, soulless, instead of like actually using it for, you know, like are using the beneficial scriptures, I should say. Because I mean, yeah, I suppose that I'm not even gonna get into that, but but that's basically it. Just realizing, if things go into turmoil, that or if you're going through it right now, there's a universe trying to point you into the direction of your soul purpose. Peace. Happy now. Now is a vibrate, of course. Not too far in the future. Not too far in the past. Right now. Peace, peace.